In the 14th century Europe, the pandemic of the Black Death claimed the lives of 1/3 of the population there. There were various theories to explain the cause of this tragedy. Some people attributed it to the movements of the stars and planets, while some others took it as God's punishment, who marched from church to church, whipping themselves and asking Him for forgiveness. In the 21st century, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we looked into test tubes, rather than astronomical telescopes. People wore surgical masks and went to hospitals, instead of whipping themselves and visiting churches. Religion and science seem completely opposite to each other, but they share similar roles and purposes, such as providing an explanation for what's happening or unanswered questions, and encouraging people to take certain actions. When we face a difficult and unknown situation, we want to understand the cause and the reason, and we hope to know what we should do. Though religion and science have common goals, their characteristics are quite different from each other. What are the differences between them? Among the world's three major religions, Christianity and Islam share the same origin. They both originated from Judaism. These three religions are categorized as monotheism, a belief that there is only one God that created the world. The followers of monotheism make up more than half of the world's population. Based on the existence of God, monotheism has provided explanations of the world and guidelines for actions. For example, it says that God created the world in 6 days, and on the final day, He made human beings. Also, monotheism has discouraged the use of violence within the community, by claiming that God said we should not kill our neighbors. Compared to science, monotheism finds it hard to accept critical thinking. Since it is based on the absolute truth, it doesn't want to be questioned and asked for the grounds. Monotheism argues, we have to follow what's written in the Quran, or this is true because it is written in the Bible. One of the advantages of religions is its low cost of persuasion. When you want people to take certain actions, if they believe in the same religion, you only need to say, this is what God says. Religions have played important roles in organizing a large population. Compared to major religions, the important characteristic of science is that it is always ready to accept its mistakes. Religions, particularly monotheism, claim that the truth is written in the sacred text, which must not be questioned. On the other hand, a good scientist never claims that his or her theory is absolutely right. It is just the most powerful explanation for now, and if a better explanation appears, the previous theory gives way. For example, Newton's physics had been the best theory to explain the world until the 20th century, but it was replaced by better theories by Einstein and Heisenberg. Scientists today don't believe that Einstein's theories are perfect. Rather, they expect that one day, current theories will show their limits as well, and will be replaced by better ones. We can trust science just because it is ready to admit its mistakes, whenever a certain theory is proven wrong. So, when you say, this is right because it is science, it is no longer science. When we rely on science, we always have to ask ourselves, to what extent is this theory true? This is an essential literacy in the 21st century, where our lives are increasingly dependent on science.